recording. All right, let's continue. Back to where we were. We're actually talking about our possible trades. Like I told you, all the pairs that we share, we're going to trade on them. If you have some charts that you think that can be good for us, you can also let us know. We're going to attend to questions and answers quickly in this section. And I'm going to a little bit fast. This is not actually teaching, but just to give us a picture of how we do what we do. So now I've talked about DXY and a little about Euro USD, a little about DXY because I extensively talked on DXY and Euro USD early this week. So I think those trades have actually moved and up to 100 pips. If you're able to make 30, 50, 100 pips out of it, that's okay because on January we somehow normally have a ranging market. Apart from what GDP is actually doing now, GDP is really getting aggressive, and I think GDP strength is going to increase and increase and increase and increase. So, but just be careful as you trade that pair. Once you take into profit, you ensure you break even as you're dealing with GDP. So ensure you break even. So a little about the sales. We had some of the sales. If you look at here, we had last time when I was talking. Okay, that was on the 15th. That was on the 15th. When was the 15th? Okay, that was on Tuesday. That was when we had the online section. I was talking about the sale. So I was just illustrating with these two trades before we got caught out. But somehow they got to their take profit. I never allowed this one to get to, but it actually got to take profit that day. So USD JPY, they buy. I took these buys, but I had to close these trades. I had to close all those trades. Though they were good trades, even gold. They were all good trades, but I had to close everything. Euro USD is a break-even trade. AUD, okay, catch-up, that was the poor trade, I think. Well, Euro USD was also good, but I had to close everything quickly. And just to teach, $47. That's not actually the account. Sorry for, I just need to show you some things. So what I'm trying to say is this, okay, I had to withdraw 45. I was just trying to test run paying me through card, but they said it would take like 7 business days. So but that's by the CC card. I've not tried it before. So what I'm trying to say is this: swing trading is the best because there are some persons that was actually trading up and down. They were not able to make at least this $47 for the week. So that's too bad. So DXY, Euro USD. See what I told you? Still pushing up. You see, if you're a scalper, that's what I'm telling you. If you can learn our technique, you can actually scalp. See what I showed you? This was what I was actually showing you then. It's going to try to move up. It's going to move up. So it's actually doing that. Oh, sorry, I think this is wrong. This is actually wrong. This would have been from M5, but from M1, look at how it is. If you go to this M1, 1 minute, then when you go to M5, you can actually see it the other way. So I told you that the charts work in fractal. So the brother talked about candles. So that's cool. Sometimes I don't really, you see, still pushing higher. So as you know, a good scalper, you can know idea of scalping and all that. So we're actually the best scalpers, but we don't project scalping the way a lot of people do because you actually lose your money. What you think is scalping. So all those are, by the way, quickly talked about how this is almost drop. If it drops and gives us the flag lower and doesn't project, we are selling the pair. But if it keeps climbing, I think it's going to go more higher. So quickly, gold. Now, on gold, I said something in the group. I was actually looking at this structure over time. Many of us know this is a symmetrical triangle, and we've actually been trading this pair. Though some persons have not been with me, but for a long time, this was a region that this trade was traded around this 13621. There was a whole lot of buying, selling. You know, when this range was there, I was one of the people, I enjoyed the range myself. This was back then, 2017. Just buying. 2017, I only traded gold and Bitcoin. So just buy. Anywhere you see, just buy. And it was okay. It has this range. 2018, that was a wonderful range. Though before this marvelous fall, aggressive fall to all this move. And now gold is at a critical point. I call it a critical point. So which you have to watch out closely for. It's a very nice pair for us to trade this year. So I think we have been on this pair. Israel was with me some other time. Israel helped me to dictate this acceleration, which I was not able to see it quickly. So Israel is here. Thank you very much. So so when he helped me dictate it, I was able to follow up to some extent. So you can see, let me zoom. Zoom, okay. Gold. So now, these are some of the key levels. You know, whatever I do, I know the structures. I try to put my key levels, support and resistance. Some people think it's cheap, but it's not that cheap. So go through the course and know how we get our own support and resistance. It's not the ordinary ones you can just mark in 15-minute chart or anywhere. No. So work on the course from daily, weekly, monthly. We get our levels. So these were points. I was able to enter the market. These were points. You see, I was indicating them. This was another possible point. Another possible point. And at this point, I kept selling. This is another point I kept selling. I'm just trying to give you a rephrase so that you can see I kept selling around this place. And I kept selling around here. Some of you can remember when I told Abdul Rayma, I said sell limit 1293, you know. So now you're going to know the magic yourself. So this was the level we're looking at then. We're looking at something around there. This is 124. Sometimes when you keep it at this steep, it may not pick up around the curve I'm showing you here. So this is it. So that point, price was here. We're expecting it to come up. It triggered, depending on that here. It went back, it fell, went back, fell. At this point, I think you're able to go out because it's really getting undecisive. It's really getting undecisive because when you look at the symmetrical triangle, most times it does not really get to this level. Now, this is, let me say this is the beginning and here should be the end. Or here should be the end. This is 50%, 75%. Mostly we get the big move around here. To fall, to spike up. Now we are not actually seeing that move. I was actually expecting a fall. I was looking at this range. I was looking at that range to become this range. I was looking at that range to become this range. This range, you had it last year. And looking at another range. Looking at for more downside for the gold. So, but now, when you look closely, let me clean the everywhere. So now, when you look closely, here, we're actually getting the most expected. So somewhere here, we're expecting the breakdown. It didn't break, still doing some moves. So since this break was not forthcoming, we may see a move out. That move would have confirmed us to buy the pair, but we're looking at long term. So anytime you see gold breaking into this price and moving further to 1, 2, 3, then you know that we are going back to where we were last year. So I call this place a critical zone. I'm not going to teach everything about the critical zone today. Then you know that we're going back to this zone. But I'm not expecting this zone. So I'm not expecting that zone because though we were looking at a bearish market for the US, but somehow the US may actually have a bullish market for this year because the structure is changing from how it was in December into January. It's now trying to change to the US. So we are still looking at this pair. So I can clearly let me get a clean chart for Mars. Okay, my pen. Oh, I want to go away from pen. Okay, let me get a chart for gold. So this is a chart for gold. Okay, so this candlestick, I like getting rid of the grid, and then what again? Properties. My bar down, I prefer red. Candle line. Sorry, the bear candle, red line. So let me shift. So now, weekly chart. So this is a bullish market. From this point is the bulls. Now, from this point is the bears. I can extend it this way. So, but now, we're going to use a very simple tool to analyze. So now, this is a bullish market and a bearish market. So since it's a bearish market, we're going to look at the top from top to bottom. That's how we use the retracement tool, Fibonacci retracement tool. Want to measure the level of retracement to find a possible entry point to continue or to know when it breaks off. So I think I'll go to monthly chart to get a top. Let me use this top. And to this bottom. Let me go back to the weekly to be sure I got what I wanted. Okay, this top bottom. Okay, I think missed this one. It's okay. Let's just use this. I think the price is okay. It's okay. It's okay. So now using the Fibonacci tool, use the sell. Is an impulse as a level of correction to this place and here. These are possible tones. Okay, but when you clearly look at what is happening, we're already having some range around this zone. There's a range developing. So those tones may come up. They may probably come, but if they don't come, we are rallying back to this level. We are working on having 100% retracement back to the top and even breaking. So at any point in time, as I told you, gold conquering that price, 1,003, that's a bullish rally. So, but here, if you are trading with the Fibonacci only, somehow you may think that it has really failed, you're going to just buy it's not safe to buy because other systems are already showing you that. But somehow this can help. You can just have this from your weekly chart or monthly chart. This is the top, this is the bottom. You can just watch out for these levels. So at any point in time, you can see the range. I'm going down to lower time frames. You can clearly see the range. It's building the range. So you prefer to see the candles. So at any point, you see the price tending this way. You can sell. And if you are selling, you can see that this is 230 pips. So, and you have your little stop just around, because just somewhere around here, not so much, because before this price could reverse and come down, I think it's done with this level. So for it to break down and come up, this is around 1285, around 1290. So just be patient. This is 1292. So it's just patience that is required. It's a very nice setup. So, but we will continue to follow it up, and I'll call you once it starts. So one thing you have to understand is that these setups are what gives us the big money. That is what gives us this big money. It's not when you always come to the chart and try to struggle out money. No. Just like that day, just like last Tuesday, I saw some opportunity. I was trying to call attention, though it's impromptu. There was a big move that day. So, and that is the day you can decide to put up high lots or increase your lot, not really high lots, or take your confidence trading. I was actually caught up by my ISP, so I think that was why this particular account, because I wanted to use it to raise this account. So that was why I had this lot size. It was kind of lower, so I never had access to internet. So, but that was by the way. You should always be contented. So now, gold. That's the little I can say about gold. We're going to go back to all this. I'm just trying to give you a flash of all this. So right now, we say bullish and bearish flags, simple entry points. I've showed you something like that in the previous video about flags, how they look like. I'm going to have a class for that. So now, questions and answers. Right now, we're going to attend to questions. We're going to attend to questions. So please drop your questions on the chat. Drop your questions on the chat. Drop your questions. We have less number of persons. Eosa, Ejiro following. Okay. Hello? You can unmute yourself. I want to hear your voice. Okay, drop your questions or suggestions concerning the forum. You have suggestions, then drop your suggestions, contributions. Then drop your contributions, please. Or you can say something. Hello? Okay, I'm getting some responses. Balloon.
Yes.
Are you okay so far? Okay, okay. In absence of that, we're gonna stop now. I will upload the recording links later. We're gonna continue. I'll put up some schedules for our series of sections. Now, our sections are going to be live trading sections, teaching sections, not meetings like this. So let me just show us the last part, please. I just remembered something. The last part is going to be the Slack app. The Slack app. So now, right now, we're going to drop every detail that we use on the Slack app. It is my private chat with someone. So if you look at the Slack app now, it should be on your desktop or on your phone or both of them. So sorry, I apologize to those that have been dropping and have not been responding. So we're gonna work on that. So now if you work on this, if you check the Slack app, you can see we have different channels. FDSY, Euro GDP, Euro JPY, Euro New Zealand, Euro. These ones we wrote AED pairs, catch pairs, Jeff pairs. We're going to separate them. We're going to separate catch-up. We're going to separate all the pairs individually. We're going to create more new channels. So, and these are direct messages. You can decide to chat participants directly. So we have a whole lot. So once you have your setup, please drop it here. Drop it on the Slack app. Drop it on the channel. Drop it on the participant. These are some of these things. We're not able to review them intensively. This is what we're going to work on, so that we can be able to trade a particular pair in line, just like we're monitoring gold. We can consistently take the buys and the sells. So that is what we are looking at, so that you can be able to be on that chart from now to the end of the year. We're looking at having a successful year and having the best thing so far, incomparable to none. So, and that will actually increase our level of profitability, our level of profits. So now, these channels, I have my favorite pairs that I normally trade. You also have to create your own pairs. So, and which I shared in the WhatsApp, you can check that. My favorite. Then on the Slack app, you come and you introduce your setup, please. Introduce your setup on Slack. Slack. So like here, we're able to see the reasons or whatever it means taking the trade and all that, so that whoever that is taking a signal or stress setup, we're able to know. Then I can come below and make my comments and make my updates. As it progresses, we keep updating the charts. So that is how we work here. For the signals, if you are giving signals, please let it be from a setup for now. Then let me say, let it be from a setup, please, to guide the newbies, because I noticed that we have to do some things to guide ourselves, because some persons will keep taking any signals. So please, so that is that. So we're going to intensively use the Slack app, please. We're going to use it intensively to facilitate what we're doing. So now, on this Forex Beginners, here is where we're going to share some information, some links, some of our tutorial links for beginner level. We're going to do that intensively. Then, and we'll have major economic events. So here, the plan is for us to be able to share major news that are coming. We share it and keep ourselves updated. So that is the plan. Then this is for ultimate class. For our swing trading course, if there are some discoveries you have made and you want to share with the class and you want the class to look into it, or you have your questions, if you come here, then general is our house of discussion. So it's a place we discuss whatever we are discussing, just like WhatsApp. So make sure the Slack app is on your mobile phone, please. That is where I want us to be more active on Slack more than WhatsApp. And we have to get it done. Very, very active on Slack. Very, very, very active. It's a very nice app. So it's going to do us a whole lot of good. So I think that is all we have for now. Every other information will come to you on WhatsApp. Thank you for participating. And I love you all. Bye-bye.